Welcome to the YSU Theater and Dance Department. While hammering, painting, and sawing almost certainly isn't what comes to mind when you think of theater, the work that's done behind the scenes is no less important. In fact, without it, the show couldn't go on. I was a student, I remember people telling me, like, oh, you're a theater major, that has to be pretty easy. I'm like, you obviously don't know much about what gets done. Chuck Kettering is the production manager for the Scene Shop, which is responsible for building the sets for each production. There's electrician work, there's carpentry, there's never plumbing, at least. Fingers crossed, not yet.
We basically learn how to build platforms, we paint, how to build stairs, and then when we're not in here, we're doing the lighting. We learned how to use all the different table saws. I've never used any of those before.
Be cautious of where the blade is.
Kettering says many of the students come to the Scene Shop with little or no experience in carpentry.
Well, I've had a couple of students just this semester tell me they've never actually used a power tool in their life.
But adds that even the more seasoned students will walk away with new skills.
I've learned what tool can do what and what tool not to use and what tool is better to use instead of another tool.
So now you've gone out and go ahead and adjust some color.
But that's not all these students are learning. The department recently acquired a new lighting system.
For the first time, we're bringing in LED technology.
TODD DICKEN is the scene and lighting designer.
Well, this is where the technology is today. This is where all the university theaters have gone to or are going to.
So go ahead and hit go.
ALLAN MITSCHKE of Vincent Lighting Systems is on hand to show the crew how the ETC Ion works.
They're able to individually change the color of every fixture that they have that's LED on the fly.
But more importantly, the students are gaining experience on a piece of equipment that is standard to the industry.
It's really incredible. It can do so much more than we could do before.
With this, it'll help me with understand where it can hit and gives out more or lesser shadows.
That's going to make them more marketable to get out there into the industry and pick up where they need to.
Places!
The person calling the lights for this Friday's debut of Spring Awakening is stage manager Megan Jones.
Up in the booth going, light Q2, go, and that's when they go.
The stage manager is essentially the liaison between the cast and production team and is responsible for most of what you'll see and hear opening night.
All right, quiet backstage, please. Let's get started.
Call all the lights, the sounds, any of the entrances, props, anything that goes on in the show.
Some might think the technical positions are less glamorous and therefore not as exciting as the performance positions.
When I tell people that I work in the Scene Shop, they're like, oh, that's probably so boring.
Though it's not an opinion shared by those doing the actual work.
I have the most amazing time here in the Scene Shop.
It's so much fun working in the Scene Shop. It's the perfect job.
These positions are also some of the most financially stable.
These are typically positions that are, once you enter the professional theater world, are paid.
Run down here, you two are going to go over there.
Matt MAZUROSKI is the chairman of the YSU Theater and Dance Department.
Getting into the performance side of things in any part of the entertainment industry is more difficult. But where there's a lot of openings are in the tech side of it.
If they've done their job right, nothing will stick out.
I think I want Scary Bell Tolling, that's 12.
Dr. Chris Hill is directing Spring Awakening, which will run in the Ford Theater at YSU for the next 2 weekends.
And the strangest thing about technical work is that by the time the show opens, it's almost all invisible.
It's really cool to go backstage and see what makes a show really happen.
Honestly, I like being behind the scenes more.
We need those people. There's sort of the unsung heroes. Everybody goes, yay, for the people that are on stage, but there's an enormous crew and an enormous amount of people that are working behind the scenes to really make that thing come alive.
Spring Awakening contains adult language and content and is for mature audiences. For showtimes and tickets, visit ysu.tix.com.
We're celebrating 95 years.
Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC has been proudly serving our community since 1921.
Sweeney.
Price Heating and Cooling, serving the community since 1937.